Guys, what's going on, man? Guys, sorry for being a little late, man. Something popped up right when I decided to go live, guys. Of course, something pops up. But here we are, guys. Here we are, right? Guys, I dropped the link, Guys, we're going to talk about dismal Disney today, right? Because it's absolute clown world. Absolutely insane, guys. Why? What an absolute joke. Guys, how did we get here? How did we get here, right? Absolutely insane. Guys, give me 1 second. Let me do one thing here. Korg's in the building. What's up, my friend?
How you doing?
Snowboard, what's up, dude? I see you, buddy. Camera's off. Good job. Let me do one thing here. No way. Whoops. Let me do this here. I got to do this one thing, guys. I have to do one thing. And guys, thanks for all you guys that were in the chat during yesterday's live with Devil's Advocate, man. He's a cool dude. So I'll be releasing clips for that over the next couple days. But guys, make sure that you're subbed to his channel. But let's break some news. Snowboard, man, how's it going, bud?
Going good. Going good.
Let's see here. Okay. Let me share my screen. You guys, I think tomorrow we're going to do Canada is cooked. Because, guys, there's been a lot of principals in the news as of late. There was one principal whose son got caught with CP,
Oh my God.
Yeah. Matter of fact, here, I'll find it. But guys, let's break some news. And guys, here we go.
But first here tonight at 5, an assistant principal.
This, guys.
But first here tonight at 5, an assistant principal at a Columbus City middle school is facing criminal.
Now, this is a different case, right? This principal's husband was diddling kids.
Charges. Court documents revealing she was asked to pay off at least one woman who was allegedly sexually assaulted by her husband.
Look
Good evening.
At that.
I'm Jessica Ralston.
And I'm Mike McCarthy. Her indictment comes as her husband goes on trial for more than 20 charges accusing him of rape and kidnapping. Steve Levine has the new details.
It's back to the classroom for teachers and students at World Language Middle School. A missing face in the halls. Assistant Principal Marcia Davis, seen here in this video posted by the school on YouTube.
Are you shocked?
Nope. Jeez.
Look at that. David, what's up, dude? Lenny's here. Let's see. Who am I missing? Carlos X. What's up, man? Equilibrium's here. Tall Starlight's here. Rajai's here. Rajai, what's up, man? Good to see you.
I'm shocked she's not a lesbian.
I know, right?
The 56-year-old educator indicted Friday on charges involving 2 felony counts of obstructing justice and 2 misdemeanor counts of intimidation of an attorney, victim, or witness in a criminal case.
It's a legal matter, and it's in the hands of our authorities.
The charges filed just days before Davis's husband, Michael, went on trial Monday in an alleged serial rape case. Davis is facing charges connected to 5 cases involving more than 20 charges accusing him of raping and kidnapping women between 2013 and 2024. While out on bond, authorities say Davis allegedly raped and kidnapped several other female victims. Court documents we obtained reveal data from Michael and Marcia Davis's cell phone seized by authorities last year. Other court papers revealed numerous text conversation threads between Michael and Marcia that include Michael sending sexually explicit videos to his wife, including at least one alleged assault. In one
Whoa!
Oh my God.
Look at that.
Hey, you missed your cue. Go back to the start of this where the reporter was laying out the details, and there's the first part where it says that she tried to intimidate a witness, and then you got to play your little "I'm gonna kill you, you bitch."
to Davis's cell phone seized by authorities last year. Other court papers revealed numerous text conversation threads between Michael and Marcia that include Michael sending sexually explicit videos to his wife, including at least one alleged assault. In one video, Michael requests his wife to pay off a woman to, quote, shut her up. Marcia Davis's attorney telling us in a statement, Mrs. Davis has a spotless record and will
Going
plead
to be
not
like
guilty.
$4,000.
We would ask the public to keep an open mind as the legal process unfolds, to at-home duties, and her assignment will be reevaluated as more information becomes available.
Certainly will continue to watch.
Disgusting. Now, guys, here you go. Look at this.
No, it's probably a couple bologna sandwiches and some Mad Dog.
Look at this, guys.
The assistant principal at Gulf Breeze Elementary School. But back to the Discord account. Sheriff's detectives wrote that the user received a message from Red Mirror Caddy pounds.
Okay, Matthew, I have some unfortunate news. You have a warrant out of Florida. Are you aware of that?
Ohio, Florida.
The son of an elementary school principal is charged with possessing child pornography, and now his mom has been placed on leave from her job.
Am I saying that they brought this on? I can't say that they didn't or they did. I'm saying what happened to them was not appropriate.
I'll explain that.
Whoa! Look at the fuck is going on,
Oh my
guys.
God.
Guys, what is going on with these demons, man? Demons.
These people, I almost guarantee, are liberals, and this is what happens when a society becomes over liberal.
Yeah.
They're like, oh well, it's little Johnny. He's not really that old, but he's just looking around. There's nothing wrong with
You
it.
know
I mean,
what?
kids are gonna do what they're gonna do.
Here you go.
It's too extreme.
There you go. Where is it? Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second, because your jaw is gonna drop. Hold on.
But I guarantee you, these are liberals because they're working in the school systems.
Where's this thing with this guy? This guy's like, you don't really care that there's people that are whatever that are assaulting children, and this liberal it's like, well, love is love. Clown world.
Yeah, and that guy was Woody Allen.
Where is it? Dang it, I can't find it now. I'll have to look and find it again. But yeah, that's absolutely insane, guys. Here it is. 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 Look at this, guys.
Too fast.
How do you feel that gays take up 2% of the world's population but commit 45% of sexual assaults against children?
Love is love.
Yep. Age is just a number, right, AJ?
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
Look at that, guys.
And notice how the guy at the bottom is dressed like a demonic cult member. How he had this like black robe thing on. He just is like missing a mask from Eyes Wide Shut, and he'll like fit right in.
But remember, he's on Omegle, and he's doing this so that he could talk to people and not get skipped. So he's
okay. So he's trolling kind of in a way.
Yes, he just asked her, "How do you feel that LDHD TVs are the majority of people diddling kids?" So he's actually anti. You understand?
Okay.
What the fuck did you just say?
Oh my God.
Look at that.
that video of Matt McChesney's mom and tell you why she's now in hot water at work. In Florida, that's in Santa Rosa County in the Panhandle. Last January, the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office.
Guys, there was a shooting at a Catholic school, right? And the person who did it, insane.
Started investigating McChesney. Detectives
And you know what happened?
On the social media.
They didn't leave a manifesto. They left a themifesto. Oh my god.
Yo, that's hilarious. Dude. That's hilarious. I love the name of that.
I haven't seen that story, but a ton of them leave manifestos like that. So I don't know if this particular one did.
That is hilarious, man. Look at Hey guys. I don't know if you guys know, but guys, I have a third channel for to catch predator, right? I'm actually gonna start posting stuff over here. Again, guys, go over here and sub. Guys, if you watch this channel, you will know what I think should happen to anyone who diddles kids. Let's just say, guys, they shouldn't waste the tax dollars, and they should charge the family for the ammunition. Okay, that's what I think should happen.
Form Discord. The user was named Literal Loaf of Bread, and detectives said there were 3 uploads. One of those uploads, according to detectives, showed 2 girls between the ages of 7 and 9 who were engaged in a sex act, which is a count, but could not remember when. I read off his phone number, email, and account name, which he confirmed all the information as.
Guys, I'm gonna do a live stream on this. I'll maybe do like worst mothers ever. You understand?
You should do a back to school special for like after September and do all these teachers and principals that are just garbage.
I think so.
Pornography.
Wait, let's get
court records show that Matt McChesney appeared in court and was allowed to travel home to Florida with the promise that he turned himself in once he got there.
What?
He did that on July 14th and posted.
And what did the mom say?
What happened to them?
Okay, here we go.
It's from several years ago. Take a look. Civil case involving a substitute teacher who was accused of molesting 3 little girls who were students has surfaced and raised a lot of eyebrows.
Whoa.
It's from several years ago.
Case.
Take a look.
So she's not even defending her son. She's defending someone else.
It certainly would never be your testimony that they encourage this kind of conduct at that age.
What the?
Answer ho.
Absolutely insane. What is going on?
I don't like the question. I don't mean to.
Of course, guys. Who do you think she voted for? Who do you think she voted for, man? Right?
I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore.
This is why I say every single horrible progressive policy gets voted on by these thunderheads. How is this even a question? Look at that. Wow. Someone says an elementary school principal who can't say if a 9-year-old can encourage this kind of behavior doesn't need to be working with children. Damn.
It sounds funny. You're asking me if I ask that again?
No, ma'am. It never would be your testimony in this case, for instance, that they somehow prompted this kind of behavior out of Mr. Mack.
Look at this.
She can't figure out how to lie.
I don't think what happened to them was appropriate, but
Guys, they say everything before but is BS, right? Everything before the word but is BS. Look at her.
Wow.
Yeah, she can't figure out how to lie.
I'm not sure how to answer that question.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Well, ma'am, you are answering it, and you are suggesting, I believe, that you would in part blame the girls for this?
Object to the form of the question.
I would not blame the
If you're
girl.
not,
He's
Who is the
speechless.
blame?
Guys, a speechless lawyer.
Yeah.
What do you have to do to make a lawyer speechless, right?
Yeah.
Look at this, guys. Wow.
Wow.
why can't you answer that question in a more definitive manner then? Because it sounds like you're suggesting that they contributed some part to this happening.
I'm gonna object to the form of the question.
Oh, shut up.
Well, this is
You
an
can answer if you
intervention.
know.
I don't know.
Attorney Joe Zarzar pressed Kim McChesney further about whether she believed the 9 and 10-year-old girls brought this on themselves.
9 and 10 years old. Look at that.
The girls intentionally went up to his desk multiple times.
What?
You know, that happened. But were they doing this to get him to react? I can't say that they did or didn't.
Look,
Ma'am, how does a
look at her lawyer right there.
He just starts drinking.
Right,
like-
oh, fucking damn it. Look at this. Look at this.
ma'am, how old were these girls at the time?
9,
Do you
10,
know?
9, 10 years old.
Okay. How does a 9-year-old
Keep on digging. And when you get to China, get me some chow mein.
girl walking up to a teacher's desk entice the teacher to touch them in their private parts and squeeze their ass? Excuse my French.
Wow.
Object to the form.
Well, hang on a second. This is gonna seem like I do think that our 304 culture has exposed younger girls to thinking that is like cooler or something.
I don't know.
We
Not
can't even
9 to
have this
10.
conversation, dude.
No, I'm not defending
Come on,
this
man.
person. I'm saying that the media
The
saturation
dude
is
is
so
a
much.
pervert straight out the gate.
Yeah, but here's the
and
thing:
she
it doesn't
knows
matter.
it.
It doesn't matter. Once again, you can say that the sexualization of girls, it doesn't, but still, for that, and I'm not saying what you're saying. But what I'm saying is like, even if the media sexualizes this, the moral center shouldn't move. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, of course,
Like-
yeah,
like,
of course, yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense.
It's like being a firearm owner and walking into a gas station and you hold up the gas station, but you're blaming them. No, it's on you.
But guys, I could even say that here, you've seen girls that have just graduated from high school, right? Girls that are 18. I'm saying this caveat, girls that have just graduated from high school, right? And they're going into college. Girls didn't look like that when I was in high school. I'm
No
just
way,
letting you know.
yeah.
Guys,
Yeah.
we can
No,
all
it's
agree
true.
there.
It's
But
true.
at the same time, even if you say that if you're a teacher and there's however, first of all, guys, this is why there's not a lot of male teachers anyways. But for this dunderhead to suggest that these girls' behavior in any way contributed to what happened to them is absolute clown world.
Of
Yeah, not at 9 or 10.
Guys, I even think that if you're a guy and some 15-year-old lied about her age and you're 21 and you get cooked, guys, that's still your fault. Guys, you should never put yourself in that situation in the first place.
Who was what was that girl's name who started in porn at 15?
Can you say corn, please?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Tracy Lords.
Thank you. Yeah, the whole industry freaked over when they found out she turned 21.
Yes, that it seems At the same time, they should have done their due diligence. Because guys, you can't control knuckleheads being stupid. You can only control yourself. Guys, anyone that's ever been to San Antonio, Dallas, or Austin, guys, put a 1 in the chat. If you're ever in the bars in Texas, guys, they don't card people. You will be in the bar and you're like, there's no way this girl's 21. So you avoid them. You don't talk to them. You don't look at them.
They don't card the women.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not only that, it'll be more deceptive because they'll be like have tattoos, smoking cigarettes.
Yep. Have their boobs
stuff
out.
like,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
the
they will look
bouncers,
a little
just let
bit
them
more
in.
mature.
Guys,
Yeah.
we can't control the bars. We can't control the bouncers. We can't control the 304s. All we can control is ourselves. Period. So
answer that question, please, ma'am. You're suggesting that they intentionally went up to his desk and that he would do something like that? Is that what you're suggesting?
Hold up. She knows.
I'm not comfortable answering that question because I wasn't there, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the question. You're asking me, what do I think the girls wanted to do or what they were looking to get out of this? And I can't answer that.
That question itself, that's implying that they're at fault.
Is that
what were they trying to take it out of this?
Is that her husband or is that a teacher that he's
no, it's just a substitute teacher at her school.
Okay. She knows what's going on. She's trying to protect the teacher.
Yeah. Or she's trying to protect her reputation as a principal. To try and say that
it's one of those, and you're blaming young children. She should be. I'm not going to say it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it, but she should be dealt with.
Look at this. Someone says that's a clear indicator of why her son's a pervert.
I can only tell you what they told me.
Exactly.
You're asking me an opinion. That's what I feel like you're asking me.
Richard Mack ended up serving time in prison.
I mean, guys, this guy looks like a diddler. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, come on, dude.
For molesting the girls and was released in 2021.
How long?
That's what I feel like
you're 2021.
Asking me an opinion. That's what I feel like you're asking me.
Richard Mack ended up serving time in prison for molesting the girls and was released in 2021. I spoke with Joe Zarzar about deposing Kim McChesney.
Okay, guys, we'll have to revisit this. Look at these glasses. He's
disgusting.
in the face for his glasses and this faux hawk. What are you doing, dude? But guys, look at this. There's a couple more principles here. Look at this. Here's another one.
Her own son. Both of them turned them. An RBISD educator and her adult son are both behind bars. Thanks for joining us. I'm Brennan Gurley. The assistant principal at ARP Elementary has been arrested, accused of covering up a child sex assault allegedly committed by her own son.
Look at that.
Both of them turned themselves in this morning. Investigators say Carla Florence, right there on the left-hand side of your screen, failed to provide truthful information and did not meet her legal duty under Texas law to report knowledge of a felony offense while serving as an educator. Meanwhile, her son, 21-year-old Blake Florence, was arrested for sexual assault of a child and tampering with evidence. ARP-ISD confirms that no students or staff were involved and that the incidents did not take place on school property. The school district says it is cooperating fully with law enforcement.
Demons, man.
The school district released the following statements.
Demons. We'll do on. There's another one. We saw this one. Oh, there's her son. There. So this just happened just now. Look at this.
Meanwhile, an ARP elementary assistant principal is facing criminal charges this morning tied to a sexual assault investigation involving her 21-year-old son. Investigators say Carla Florence withheld information about a sexual assault case in which her 21-year-old son, Blake Florence, is accused of. She's charged with failure to report as an educator. Meanwhile, her son is charged with second-degree sexual assault of a child and tampering with evidence.
Dumbass. Where is the other one that I found? Hold on, guys. We'll do one more here. Oh, this is the original story. Here you go.
WKRG News 5's Alexa Daly tells us what parents want to see from the school district.
Parents gathered at the Santa Rosa County District Schools School Board meeting Thursday morning looking for answers. Gulf Breeze Elementary School assistant principal Kim McChesney is now on leave as the district looks into an incident at the school involving her son, 18-year-old Matthew McChesney. In July, he was charged with 20 counts of possession of child pornography, an investigation that began 2 months earlier while he attended Gulf Breeze High School. According to the arrest report, he admitted to possessing child pornography to a deputy during an interview at the school. That same day, the deputy executed a search warrant at his home. Parents like Kyle Connolly are upset because they've watched videos of Matthew McChesney participating in a graduation walk at the elementary school while he was under investigation.
What?
That wasn't just bad judgment. That was an outrageous breach of trust.
Superintendent Dr. Karen Barber told parents at Thursday's meeting that district administration was made aware of the arrest and the details of the charges on Friday.
Santa Rosa County District Administration was not involved in the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's ongoing and thorough investigation. Beyond the initial notification that law enforcement was going to interview the student on campus, the district was not kept apprised of any.
Anyways, guys,
Yeah, right.
well, guys, these are all these principles.
Maybe that that guy that we just saw, maybe he was selling it through the mother somehow on
Yeah.
black market or something.
Yeah, who knows, man? Disgusting. All these people, they should be taken out back and dealt with. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I mean. Anyways, so guys, Disney, right? Guys.
That's a 180.
Hey, is it though?
No, it's not.
You guys have seen some of the yahoos
Yeah.
who work for Disney now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Is it though? You know?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Even stories like Pinocchio and stuff are like kind of creepy. Like,
But guys, guys, did you see that one woke gaming company that makes a game where you can play as an illegal trying to come to the United States? It's called like Take Us North. It's a migrant simulator.
oh my god, what is it called? The Above Ground Railroad?
Look at this.
At Gamescom, they're currently showcasing a game about illegally crossing into the USA and processing the trauma from being a minority with real audio clips from real illegals. I have to see this. I have to see it. I want to
Oh my god.
content. Wait a minute. Okay, we might have something here. Let's get it.
As my pronouns are she, her, and
Oh my god. Get out of here.
I just got triggered.
Great. So I got a little intro. Thank you. My name's Carla Reyes. My pronouns are she, her. And I run a little indie studio called Anima Interactive. We're developing Take Us North, which is about migration across the U.S.-Mexico border, which is obviously a very relevant and heavy-hitting topic.
Yeah.
But that's why we found it important to talk about now.
you're not
And
going
I'll share
north.
a little
You're
bit
going
about
south.
our behind-the-scenes.
Money like $15, $20 per hour.
I know.
So guys, they took down, like, this company has gone silent on all social media because they're getting cooked so bad. You know what I'm saying? They're getting cooked.
Yeah.
I'm talking barbecue, dude. What were they thinking?
Wow.
What were they
And
thinking?
I guarantee they didn't add in any of like the coyotes or the
Yeah, but they see those people as superheroes, right?
Yeah, I know,
They see
I
them-
know.
Yeah, even though they traffic children and all that other stuff. Oh yeah, guys. So we have this article about Disney's Boy Trouble, right? It says Studio seeks original IP to win back Gen Z men amid Marvel and Lucasfilm struggles. Maybe you wouldn't need an original IP if you didn't screw over Marvel and Lucasfilm. You morons! Guys, name some of the IPs that Disney has screwed over, right? Indiana Jones, Star Wars, Willow, all the Marvels. So it's like Iron Man, Captain America, all this. Cooked. You have the friend of the most profitable franchises with men in history, and you screwed them over so bad that you're gonna try and this is what it's gonna take for Disney to actually come up with new ideas instead of making sequels over and over and over again. So that Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty aren't the only ones that are looking for a prince. Leadership at Disney Studios have been pressing Hollywood creatives in recent months, multiple sources say, for movies that will bring young men back to the brand in a meaningful way. Young men is defined as 13 to 28. Good luck.
Yeah, right.
Good luck, guys. 13 to 28-year-old dudes are watching anime, manga, Korean stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're done with U.S. media, or they have Tubi accounts and they're watching old shows from the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s.
Yeah,
Tubi is huge because you have all these shows from back in the day for free. You can watch all these, The Shield and all these shows.
Really?
From the 2000s. You can watch it on shows from like the 90s and all for free on Tubi. Yeah.
Look at what they did to Thor.
Yeah.
Thor is on par with the Hulk.
Yeah.
And they turned him into a freaking buffoon.
Yeah. Yep. And guys, I don't care about I tried to sit through Solo. It was trash. And I was
went through 4 directors on that. That should have been a trilogy.
Yeah, I was on a plane and I still couldn't finish it. Right? I didn't even try with Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, that was all disappointing.
I didn't even watch it. And then the last Marvel film that I saw was
I skipped the Marvels.
I think the last Marvel film was Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So last Marvel films I saw Shang-Chi back when it came out years
with
ago.
awkward Fina.
Yeah, and then I saw No Way Home.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but I didn't see that new Captain America trash. And then I made the mistake of sitting through Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That was trash. I saw Multiverse of Madness. That was trash. And then Love and Thunder was trash.
Yeah, that's
garbage, man. I should have walked out of that. You know what I'm saying?
What they did to Zeus was just ridiculous.
Yeah, horrible. Ajdawa says, continue to trash talk about degrade men, average, below average. These men will vote their wallets. Facts. Yep. And guys, and I didn't even try with Fantastic Four. I didn't even try with the Thunderbolts or any of this crap. No thanks. And Daredevil Born Again was pretty good because I really like Daredevil.
That wasn't too bad.
But other than that, I'm just done with Marvel. I'm done.
They're not just losing young men; they're also losing the women.
They never have
understand what a good male archetype is.
But they never really had women, though.
No, I'm talking the women who will say, "Yeah, I'm going to go with my boyfriend and go watch this movie," and that was really cool because they made strong men.
But why did they go? It's because there was attractive men, attractive women, and explosions. Women like hot chicks and explosions too.
Mm-hmm.
People like attractive people shooting stuff and blowing stuff up, right? That you look at, for instance, why was John Wick so popular with men? And because it was cool. It was Keanu Reeves is an attractive dude. He's shooting people up. Some of the assassin chicks were hot chicks. You know what I'm saying? That's how it worked.
Nope. It's because everybody likes dogs.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
You kill my dog, I'm coming after you.
Yeah.
And you know what took me a while to figure out in John Wick that I have to keep pointing out to people? I didn't figure it out until about 35 minutes into when he was going after everybody.
Yeah, he
Everybody,
doesn't introduce himself
everybody
once.
gets a headshot.
Yeah, but you notice he doesn't introduce himself once in,
Nope.
in the whole series. Everyone knows who he is.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a running thing throughout the whole thing. Hey, John.
And the best part of that whole movie.
Yeah.
Why did you hit my son? He killed John Wick's dog.
But guys, here's the thing. There's another reason why. Okay, the Barbie movie took off because women went and saw the movie multiple times. That's not a woman thing to do. There's a reason why you want the young male audience. Guys, how many times did you see okay, I think I saw Lord of the Rings, probably each one of them about 4 or 5 times in the theater each. When they re-released Star Wars into the theaters, that's how many times did you actually go and see? I saw each one like 2 or 3 times in theater. They re-released The Crow back in like 2009. I saw that like 3 times in the theater. When we want to go watch stuff, oh hey guys, what do you want to do? I don't know. Hey guys, I went and saw Lord of the Rings and it's back in the theater. You want to see it? Didn't you just see it yesterday? Hell yeah, I'll go again. Guys will go and watch Endgame like 3 times in the theater. You know what I'm saying? That's how we are. Guys, here, how many times did everyone here watch Top Gun Maverick in the theater?
I saw it in the theater, but I've watched it 3 times.
Yeah, I went and saw it in the theater like 3 or 4 times. That's what you make money in the theaters, is make movies that guys will see over and over and over again. And will still watch the DVD and watch it again.
You know what's really cool about that? You know what's really cool about that? I was on a carrier when they used to operate F-14s, and there was a little trivia about that when the plane is taxiing out of the hangar and they're going to launch, you see the canopy bouncing. I don't know what the special effects were that they were doing with that, but that was something that a lot of pilots really appreciated, because I remembered watching them taxiing around the deck of the ship and that canopy bounces. But it was just a hella good story.
Dude, it was so iconic. This dude, he walked into the theater. He had the Maverick, like his jacket. You know, he had the signature jacket and the aviators on, dude. Like, it's just a whole generation of guys in the 80s, the 90s. You had to watch Top Gun. That's how it worked. And the second one was worth the wait. They did everything that they could to make sure that experience was not just for guys, but guys, usually what's good for guys, isn't it crazy, guys, how everything that guys like has universal appeal? Think about it. If you were to take a chick and go do guys' hobbies, there's a way that women can enjoy it. Everything from video games to 40K to everything. There's something for everyone, right? But it's not the other way around. That women are so narcissistic that they want everything tailored to them, that even rom-coms, they're just so anti-male and anti what men like.
And delusional too.
Yeah.
Rom-coms have really programmed women to be like, and same thing with Lifetime movies and Lifetime Network, where they believe like I think they call it like fiction brain, where it actually starts to change the way that the viewer, them, sees reality and their belief system. So they think like, and some of it does kind of happen that way a little bit. Like they're going to say like, oh, I'm going back to the small town in Cape Cod I grew up in for the summer.
Yeah.
After I got a train ran on me in college, and now I'm going to find, the guy who's my house painter, and I'm just going to love him and shit. Like, but those and just everything like works out in the chick's favor, and like a cute, like nothing's ever serious. Something is always just like cute. She's like, I'm just such a klutz.
Yeah.
And stuff like that really kind of programs women to think that way quite a bit, I think.
But the number one issue is that guys want escapism. Chicks want to see their everyday problems or their current problems on the screen. I don't want to. If I wanted to see fat, dumpy, goofy people whining about politics that they know nothing about, I go outside. I don't want a superhero movie that talks about current day politics. Why? And the biggest, hold on.
And they're projecting it into a fictional universe already. You know what I mean? The whole show and premise is like with these superhero shows
Guys,
and movies.
the biggest
it's already
difference
fiction
in media is the difference between Charlie's Angels in the 2000s.
Yep. But my buddy Mr. W. Steen.
Yeah.
Probably.
Once again, guys, see, these movies were fun. They didn't take themselves too seriously. The chicks were hot, even though I don't get the whole Drew Barrymore thing. I mean, I wouldn't kick her out of bed, obviously, but she's not as hot as the other two, you know. And then we saw the Charlie's Angels. Come on, dude. I mean, look at.
Wait a minute. What?
Look at.
Oh my God, man! I didn't even know they had like this type of movie.
I'll tell you what.
Lesbians. 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 Lesbian. Lesbians. Lesbians. Lesbian. Lesbians. 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 Lesbians.
Hey, AJ. I don't know what motivated you, but every time I see Don Lemon's face and he says lesbians, I just giggle.
Yeah, that's the best part of the whole thing.
Hey, you guys want a recommendation for a really cool kick-ass obscure movie?
What's that?
It's called Lockout with Guy Pearce. Lockout. It is, I think it's like a 5 or a 6 on the rating scale, but he is just a complete smartass through the entire movie. It is well worth watching.
I'll check it out. I liked him in The Count of Monte Cristo.
If anybody in the chat has seen Lockout, put a 1.
Yeah, guys,
it is a guy's movie.
Guys, check out The Count of Monte Cristo movie. This is Guy Pearce's breakout role where he played that bastard friend of his that sold him out. This is one of the greatest movies you will ever see, guys.
I thought his breakout role was
Memento.
No, but that's a good one. The Time Machine.
That movie bombed though.
I know, but it's a great movie because I've read the H.G. Wells book, but Memento kicks ass.
Yeah, this was the first one that he really caught some waves in, and then The Count of Monte Cristo was the first big budget like movie that was like huge that he was in. So
he's one of those actors like what's his name? Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
And there's another one who, if you mention his name, man, my butt is in the seat. I'm watching it.
So guys, Disney's cooked, right? And it says every film studio is looking for better ways to convert younger audiences. Numerous studies show that Gen Z men in particular are lonely, gaming-obsessed group who are hampered in their formative years by the cough. Please, come on.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
And yes,
Vanity Unfair.
Henry Cavill was the son in Count of Monte Cristo. Yeah, when he was young. But what's surprising, some producers and other partners in the larger industry is that Disney has been calling for original concepts to lure the demo back to the movies. This is the same Disney whose multi-billion-dollar content engines Marvel and Lucasfilm have sated men of all ages over almost 2 decades since the company has acquired them. Sources say that Disney has been seeking new IP and pitches such as splashy global adventures and treasure hunts, as well as seasonal fare-like films for Halloween. So the call comes as Star Wars machines struggle to produce any film project in the superhero genre sheds audiences by the minute. While two insiders say the mandate to recruit young males goes as high as a C-suite, so the task primarily has fallen on David Greenbaum. Well, we... Anyways. So the label has historically lacking in guy-leading fare like the Pirates of the Caribbean. Those are 1, 2, and 3 were good, and then the rest were all trash. No, I would say 1 and 2 were good, but the third, Pirates of the Caribbean, was trash. Okay, so then it talks about how that new Indiana Jones cost $300 million without the marketing, as it's $400 million bucks, only made $383 million worldwide. So, guys, this movie, it was 400 million, right? 400, and we'll times that by 2.5. Had to make $1 billion to even break even. And it only made 383 million. And guys, remember, Disney only gets half of that, right? So let's do 333 divided by 2. Disney only made $191 million.
Wow.
Think about that for a second. They lost $300 million doing this movie.
If I remember right, wasn't Steven Spielberg attached to Indiana Jones 5?
Yes, but then he ducked out of it. They brought him in as a producer at the last moment just to drum up some buzz, but then he was like, once he read the script. So
I am probably the only old fart in here, but I remember when Raiders of the Lost Ark first came out, and it was an absolute phenomenon.
Oh yeah, that movie was awesome.
Yeah, 1, 2, and 3 were awesome. The fourth one, I don't know.
The fourth sucked.
No thanks.
Just because it had Shia LaBeouf in it.
Well, guys, look. So Greenbaum hired Daria Kreek, the savvy former Paramount co-chief justice. Why are you hiring a chick? Why? Here, let's see what guys want by hiring some broad. That makes perfect sense.
Some people are really fucking stupid.
Come on. So Greenbaum is beloved by talent and has largely existed in the indie sphere, while she shepherded films like Sonic the Hedgehog, A Quiet Place, and Smile. So yeah, guys, the only thing that's keeping them decently afloat is these remakes, and even then, the Little Mermaid one bombed, and then there was another one that bombed. What was the other remake that they did?
Snow White, but that's
that was it. Trash. Yep. And guys, you remember Warner Brothers did Minecraft that made $1 billion, and guys, you remember that one of the highest grossing films of the last 10 years was the Mario movie. That was a great movie. Disney had nothing to do with that. That was I forget who made that one, but
yeah, and it's amazing that Minecraft made that much money considering it had Jack Black in it.
Yeah. One of the worst actors in Hollywood. I can't stand
I used to like Jack Black, but now I don't.
Oh no, I've never thought he was funny. I think the only decent movie that he was in,
when he was a supporting character in Say Anything.
No, he was in Airborne back in the day. You remember this movie? We don't all, dude. This was 1993, dude. What? Look at that, with young Seth Green and this guy, and they were like, "Oh yeah, man, yeah." Jack Black was young, dude. Yeah.
He actually goes back to the 80s when Activision was advertising some of its video games.
Yeah.
Was he a musician before?
I don't know.
Acting?
No, sorry, I think he's always been a douche.
Yeah, no, he is kind of a douche, but I did like one of the Tenacious D albums, sort of, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't.
But I do think he's a douche. He's a little midget douche, too.
The only I'll give the clown credit. The only movies I actually tolerated him in were the Jumanji 2 and 3.
Yeah. I like those. Yeah, Jumanji. All those were good. The Jumanji films. So, guys, look, once again, Disney's going to rule the box office. But look, with Avatar, a sequel, Zootopia, that's a sequel, right? Like, so there's nothing original at all.
But
what a joke.
What part of their strategy is, though, is a ton of Hollywood. They're like, well, if I have the remake, the parent has seen it, and now their little kid is going to go. They're going to go rewatch it, but they're not good, so they won't ever rewatch it again. So they watch it like once, but they're not going to watch it another time because they're like, this is garbage.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of their strategy. And of course, instead of creating some original art or an original idea, they're just like, oh, well, this looks good on numbers. The numbers are probably going to be pretty good on this based on how many people saw the first one and brand loyalty.
Yeah, but have you seen? Look.
Hollywood suffers from a very bad disease called sequelitis, in which what the majors take what grossed 100 million domestically last year, get the key ingredients back again, and try to pump it up a few more times. The quality is a sliding scale of diminishing returns. Because often what they'll do is they will make all the promises above the line. They'll get top actors, say it's going to be wonderful. We're really going to go back to the original. It's just going to be great. But then they don't give you the resource to go and work with below the line. And the audience now, if the film is not spectacular, why pay the £4 or the $7 or whatever? Just stay home and watch TV instead. Hollywood suffers.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first decent sequel to an original was Aliens. That was the first time a sequel actually damn near surpassed the original.
I actually think Aliens is better than the original, but actually the first hold on.
For years, so like he points out, like all the Superman sequels were just garbage. Superman 2 was okay.
Yes. No, this was the first time.
Oh yeah, the man with no name
Dollars
trilogy. Yes, those are great.
These is the only time where the movies got better. So the second one's better than the first, and the third one's better than the second.
Now. Do you know where those stories actually are borrowed from?
No.
Those are borrowed from Japanese samurai stories. And the one that they borrowed from originally is called Yojimbo. And I've watched it, and it is badass.
Yeah.
It goes back to it's the late 50s or early 60s. So look up Yojimbo.
What's funny is hold on.
See, the common theme in a lot of these really good stories is what's called the hero's quest.
Yeah, but here's the thing that like irks me, because this one guy was like, oh, well, Star Wars is trash because it's based on a Japanese show. I'm like, dude, you really okay? And you'll find Greek tales of some young peasant boy that got drawn off into some world of adventure.
All this stuff
it happens. Yeah.
It goes back to Greek mythology.
No, but but there's African tales, there's Chinese tales.
Yes.
There's something that the male experience that like it's just been all across the world. You can Gilgamesh, all these different cultures.
The hero always suffers some kind of tragedy that he has to overcome.
Yeah. And people
Iron Man was a great, because Stark had to overcome his alcoholism and his PTSD.
Yeah. Hold on, guys. Let's go back here.
But anybody who has seen Yojimbo will tell you.
Of course. No more. Just cook for a second.
Sure.
I'll be back.
So yeah, I'm curious if anybody in the chat has seen Yojimbo. Yeah, right. Yeah, Linda just got it right. It's the human experience. None of this preachy crap.
Well, I remember when I was in school, I was learning, they were teaching you about a story. So they'd have like the antagonist, the protagonist, or the main character. And then there was always a conflict, which peaked. And then there's like conflict resolution. And I asked, like, well, why is it always this formula? Like, shouldn't we have like 100 different types of quote formulas for a story? And she said, no, this is in United States and like school system, this is how we do it. And then I asked my friend from Russia, he's like, no, we actually do a different formula where it's actually like maybe the opposite and like more depressing, like, or something like. So there's different outcomes for it, but a lot of the way that we're programmed in United States for books and stuff is like it's always kind of the underdog who comes up, which is kind of the hero's journey a little bit, but it makes everybody think and program that's why people are upset they're not as far ahead in life, because they think like a miracle will happen, or so they have the DNA of it, which is kind of good, which is good. Everyone loves a cool underdog story like Rocky and things like that, but we are too attached to it, and that's why they ultimately have to go to like superhero stuff, because they can't really pitch it in regular like nonfiction terms as much. It's harder to sell it to you.
But even then, the superheroes all have to overcome something. You know, like I pointed out, Iron Man had to overcome his PTSD, his alcoholism.
Oh, well, the male ones do.
Right.
Yeah,
if it's Marvel Comics before the wokeism overtook.
Before 2012, yeah.
Yes, even the females had to overcome something.
Yeah, but now, once you start letting women write women,
they can't.
Everything goes to shit, because they don't understand the actual hero's journey and the masculine burden of performance. And even if you put a woman in a position where she has to take on a masculine role, meaning like a Wonder Woman, where she's a warrior who has to protect the world, that's a masculine. She's going to have to go through all the same stuff that the men do, how it works. But it takes a man to actually be able to write that, which is why it's interesting that J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter so well as a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Well, look at Greek mythology, because if I remember right, Greek mythology had the Amazons, and they did strong women really well. But
you know what's funny is that we call Greek mythology when it was their religion. Guys, I know people that actually like my friend in college, he was from Greece, and his family still like is part of the old Greek religion. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like they're like, you guys call it mythology, but they still do like the rituals and Zeus and Hera and all of that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So there's not very many of them left, obviously, but that's like Norse mythology. Norse mythology is their religion. It's the native religion. And this is why I talked about, once again, I mentioned Gilgamesh. Guys, who are the biggest colonizers the world has ever seen?
The Vikings.
No, the Arabs, dude.
Arabs.
We're talking about Morocco all the way to Azerbaijan. Think about that for a second. But before the Middle East and North Africa and Eurasia was Arabized, guys, what was Iraq and Iran? The Mesopotamians, the Babylonians, the Assyrians, right? Gilgamesh and Zoroastrianism. There's all these different tribes and groups and stuff, and they were Arabized. And guys, all those people in Iraq, Iran, Syria, Lebanon, they're not ethnically Arab.
Mm-mm.
They are different groups that were Arabized, and all of a sudden now they speak Arabic and they're Muslims. But the only people from like the Saudi, the Kuwait, Qatar, those areas, those are actually ethnic Arabs. Palestinians aren't Arabs. Lebanese aren't Arabs. Iraqis aren't. They're not ethnically Arabs. They might call themselves that, but if you actually look at their history, they were colonized. It's the longest, most destructive colonization in history.
Yeah, it stands the test of time.
It's true, guys. And it's the longest lasting slave trade of all time. It's still going on today. And guys,
correct.
When the Ottomans came, right? The Ottomans was the most peace that the Arab world had ever seen for the longest time, right? Because the Ottomans ran everything and said, look, we're in charge, and kept everyone at bay. Once the Ottoman Empire was gone, that power vacuum happened, and guys, everywhere in the Muslim world. It's Muslims against Muslims, blast each other, you know. And this even goes down into Africa and places like Sudan and Somalia. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, Batty Commanders, what's up, dude? God of the Sea, how's it going, man? Yeah. So, well, yeah. So, guys, there's
It's like blood is thicker than water, but oil is even thicker.
I know, right? Yeah, it's true. It's true. So, guys, put the last Disney movie that you even watched, and is there even anything that you're looking forward to? Because I'm not. Other than the new season of Daredevil, but they're saying that Fantastic Four failed to meet expectations, meaning it flopped. Kevin Feige's Star Wars hasn't produced a film in 7 years, and guys, they paid what $4 billion for Lucasfilm. It's like a $3.5 billion.
Well, Lucas is upset at what Kathleen Kennedy has done to Star Wars, but Lucas almost screwed up Star Wars. It was his ex-wife and several other people who actually saved it. Lucas has actually been a hack.
Yeah. But guys, here's the thing is he had the vision to move it forward though, right?
He had a vision, but he sucked at everything he did.
But here's the thing, but he had the vision to actually keep people around him to like, you remember this, the prequel trilogy is what happens when he had the reins completely.
Yes, and I'll tell you,
the original trilogy is when he had his team around him to actually say like, hey, maybe this isn't a good idea. Yes, no, yes, no, yes. Which is why, guys, no matter how, hold on. No matter how successful you are, guys, you have to have your wolf pack around you.
Yes.
And guys, because this is what happens with a lot of YouTubers, with a lot of even actors and actresses. Hell, a lot of athletes, Korg, snowboard, Mike Tyson, right? His original team, even though Customato died, his other trainer who was part of Cuss' camp, because remember, Tyson won the belt after Cuss died. He defended it 2 or 3 times, and then he went Hollywood and surrounded himself with yes men and his life went down the toilet. It's the same with George Lucas and all these others. What were you saying, Cork?
Well, I was going to say when Return of the Jedi first came out, I was one of the last people to ever see it. And a friend of mine was saying, you got to see it. You got to see it. This is so awesome. When I walked out of the theater, I said, good God, that was crap. And they said, what do you mean? And I said, freaking teddy bears running around. It's just stupid. I was really disappointed at the movie. The quote unquote epic lightsaber battle between Luke and Vader, it just didn't impress me.
Well, if you look at the style, because the original Jedi's fighting style is based on Japanese sword fight.
I know that.
And here's the thing: I don't like Revenge of the Sith. So the movie's trash, and everyone says, "Oh." For the lightsaber battle with Anakin and Obi-Wan, it's trash. They're sitting back to back, twirling lightsabers. It's like, aren't you guys trying to kill each other? Like, what are you doing?
You know which lightsaber battle between the two of them was actually worthwhile? Was the one in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. Oh
yeah, I didn't watch that. So
the show is tolerable, but the problem is they wrote Princess Leia as the smart kid who outwits everybody, and Luke was just this freaking doofus that Obi-Wan would check into every once in a while. But when Obi-Wan and Vader have their lightsaber duel, it's actually worthwhile.
Well, I read the synopsis of the whole thing, and I think it's funny that the black chick who came in saying that Star Wars fans are racist, right?
Yeah.
Your whole plan is to join the evil order and then kill Jedi so you can get close to Vader so you can kill him for killing Jedi.
Yeah.
How does that make sense? So you're a hypocrite because you're doing exactly what you're after Vader for doing.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid. Let's see. Okay, so guys, this person says, I never thought that. I'd say it, but it looks like Disney's going to have to start trying. So, guys, here's a Reddit thread, right? Because, okay. Someone says, if you have a problem creating content with Marvel and Star Wars IP universes, then your problem is not the IP. And guys, once again, when did the whole toxic fandom conversation start? What year?
2016, I'm going to say.
Yeah. And what happened in 2016?
Two things. Orange Man and then Mr. Harvey, who made some quality stuff.
Yep.
Probably around that time, too. Probably a little earlier.
Yep. And then Ghostbusters 2016 came out.
Yeah.
That is when the culture war in Hollywood and the whole everything men says is toxic really, really took off. Hollywood had a built-in excuse to make crap. You know what I'm saying? And then just write off any critique and say it's review bombing or it's toxic. Yeah. Laughing Man, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. So this person says this is the exact headline before Disney took over Marvel and Lucasfilm. Winter Souls improved that you need to give writers and directors freedom to tell the story that they want to tell, and or prove that you need to give writers and directors the freedom to tell the story you tell. And guys, I don't care what anyone says. Winter Soldier is the best Marvel film. Is number one out of all of them. Movie's badass. I watched it so many times because it's basically a Clancy movie, but
can you
superheroes in it?
Pull up a picture of that one? I don't really watch any. I don't really have any experience with any of these movies.
That's the one where I showed you the fight scene, and the dude does a knife flip. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
This movie's badass.
It was like very graphic. It was like crazy.
Yeah. This movie was awesome, dude.
Didn't you say like everything was done in one take? Is that the one you're talking about?
A lot of those are. So, and guys, once again, when you make that's what I was gonna say. Blade wasn't an MCU film.
No.
Okay. So Blade was made
that was back in 92.
Yeah, that was 1999. Who Blade was 98. Blade was made by
that's when Wesley Snipes was still tolerable, but he was doing it with himself.
Yeah, Blade was New Line Cinema. So
Jim Hicks, yes. Captain America, because he was the actual superhero.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, because remember they were saying that he wasn't super soldier enough in Avengers. People were just like, who's this goofy dude in this costume? So their goal was to make sure that by the end of Winter Soldier, you knew why he was a badass, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And dude, he was kicking all kinds of ass in that movie. And the dumbest thing they ever did was give Sam Wilson the shield, because they were supposed to have him hand the shield
to Bucky.
Yeah, but then, of course, the wokey wokes.
How dare you?
Right? As there's no reason why they should have Sam Wilson Captain America. And what's even crazier is what pissed me off was the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. They had to stop filming because of the cough. When the whole George Floyd thing kicked off, they completely rewrote the script. Guys, first of all, there's so much wrong with this. You guys notice how none of the media none of this talked about the blip other than Winter Soldier and Spider-Man, the second one?
I was going to say they talked about it in Spider-Man.
Guys, this would have been one of the coolest things because the whole world is different. I liked how at the beginning of this show they talked about how like all the people who came back from the blip were like refugees in these refugee camps where they were trying to figure out what to do, you know? And Flag Smasher's actually a cool villain in the comic. Now, why they made this this goofy looking broad. Like, what is this? Why? This chick has no charisma, right? At all. This
because
was
that's what
flag
they want
smashing.
to appeal to, I think.
Yeah. But the whole idea of these people that are trying to tear down the government because they become like what is it called?
Anarchist?
Kind of dictatorial after the blip, right? So they have to break down the borders to free the stranglehold that they have with all the people post blip. Makes sense. But it was
I agree. Laughing Man, it looks like Space Ghost.
Yeah, and then after this, it went from that to all of a sudden the Falcon, even though he helped to save the universe, is one of the most recognizable people on Earth. He gets pulled over by the cops, and the cops arrest him because he's a black man, and then he can't get a loan from a bank. It's like, what are you talking about? What does this have to do with anything? So stupid. It's so dumb. So yeah, this show pissed me off, dude. And here's the thing. Once again, well, people just want to, they don't like the black Captain America because because he's black. The movie was trash. Anthony Mackie, I like him as an actor, but I'm sorry, he's not carrying a movie on his own, franchise-wise. He's just not.
Captain, what was that? Captain America: New World Order. That was.
I didn't even see it.
Just
I heard it was
I watched it. It was. I didn't watch it in the theater, and I just felt ripped off.
Yeah, guys, I didn't see. Someone had mentioned the new Superman. I haven't seen it yet, but I might sit through it because I heard Mr. Terrific is good. But that's Peacemaker. If you guys haven't watched Peacemaker yet, watch Peacemaker. This is a great show, dude. This is a really good show, especially since this is based on Peacemaker, who's an old school hero that kills people. But yeah, this is a great show. But guys, all the DECU stuff. I mean, other than maybe Aquaman.
I just don't like how they're writing the DC characters. They're just
Well, the DC animated movies are awesome,
Yeah, they're better at animation, but I'm not even going to waste my time with the new Superman. It just I read somewhere that apparently Superman cries or something like that, and I said, that's it, I'm out.
The only time that it was okay for him to cry was, you remember on the first one when Lois Lane died? Remember?
Yeah,
that was great.
But even then, I remember watching that in the theaters, and I didn't think it was that great of a movie.
The first one?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, have you no soul?
I don't.
This movie's awesome.
Nah.
Dude, yeah. Okay, we have to hardline disagree.
I have a question though about it.
Hold on.
Sure.
AJ, I'm going to let you borrow one of my quotes, and that is, "That's your opinion, and your opinion is wrong."
Yeah. 1 and 2 are good, and then I didn't really like Man of Steel. I couldn't sit through it, so
I kind of liked it.
I like Henry
okay.
Cavill, but I just anyways. Snowboard, what were you saying?
I didn't know that Disney made all of this stuff. I haven't watched a lot of movies in the past 10 years or whatever, particularly fiction. But the reason I'm asking about this is why don't they make more nonfiction titles if they have a studio and money? Is Disney supposed to be exclusively always nonfiction?
Nonfiction, what do you mean? Actually?
Sorry, fictions. Excuse me. Is it supposed to always be fantasy and whatnot?
Disney. So
no. Hold on. Let me out. Okay. I don't understand the question. Say again.
Why isn't Disney making more realistic shows and stuff that are not like superhero or anything like that? Like, why aren't they making the equivalent of like the Shield or something?
Let me give you guys a little background on Disney. Way back when I was growing up in the 70s, Disney ruled Sunday nights with The Wonderful World of Disney. And they would always, it was an hour of television that they would do either one of their movies, which would be fiction, and some of it was all tug at your heartstrings, or some of it was a little bit of fantasy, like Pete's Dragon, things like that. Good natured, Mary Poppins, and if they did, and if they did a 2-hour movie, you would watch it one Sunday, and you got the first hour, and then you had to wait till the next Sunday to watch the next hour, and then then the Sunday after that, it would be just an hour of cartoons that could span from, if you're lucky, you'd see the original stuff from the 40s. They break up Snow White, yada, yada, yada. I remember it was 1980 or so when Disney produced the movie. Oh crap, it just lost my brain. It was the one with Tom Hanks and Daryl Hannah with the mermaid. Splash. Let me tell you guys something. The backlash against Disney is something you would not believe because the movie was rated PG.
Yeah, yep. And they're supposed to be because remember, their whole brand is fantastical, wholesome, family oriented. That's why they have the Disney parks and all that other stuff.
Everything up until Splash was rated G.
Yeah. Yep.
Because they used to do the best animated movies. They did the best fantasy movies like Escape to Witch Mountain, things like that. It was just absolutely it was very family oriented, but when they did Splash, it changed the calculus immensely.
Yeah, that's like when Marvel did Marvel Max. Marvel's, people get shot, stabbed, or whatever, but it's never really been dark and gritty until the Max started because DC had Vertigo comics.
And when you look at Marvel, Stan Lee and Marvel Company had to sell off the rights to many of their characters in the 90s
because they were going to go out of
Marvel
business.
Almost bid it.
Yeah,
and
in the
so
90s.
He was working very hard up through the early 2000s and the teens to get all those properties back. And he was very excited to get those properties to Disney to get some real good treatment for their superheroes.
And that's one of the reasons why they actually bought Fox, is because Fox owned X-Men and someone else and Fantastic Four. Right. But Sony still owns Spider-Man, and they're not giving him up anytime soon.
Sony has screwed up Spider-Man, even though I've gone back and rewatched the old ones, and they're really not that bad. But yeah, everybody was always disappointed with Spider-Man when they came out until we got Holland.
No, the Tobey Maguire ones were really popular.
It was okay until you got to the third one with Tobey.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that one and two weren't like amazing. The third one was trash, and then
and Andrew Garfield's was okay.
Yeah, but he was just. My point is that at least there's an argument for who the best Spider-Man is, but when they still weren't sure on Spider-Man, on superhero films, even though X-Men took off, but when Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire took off, is when they really understood what they had. Yes. And then I think everything kind of dialed in with Iron Man when Iron Man came out. But here's the thing: Spider-Man and X-Men were A-listers. Iron Man has always been a B-lister or a C-lister at best.
Yes.
At best. So now it's crazy that like Iron Man, Thor, the Hulk, and Hawkeye and all of them, people know them worldwide when there's always been X-Men, Spider-Man,
correct,
etc.
And if you look at the Hulk movies, the best version of the Hulk was Ed Norton's Hulk.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, so guys, once again, now Disney's cooked, right? And guys,
yeah,
I want to get back on the Star Wars. Guys, I think the biggest goof that they did. Matter of fact, here, let's. How much did Disney pay for Lucasfilm?
Oh God, they paid a butt.
I think it was $3.5 billion. Oh, shut up. No, $4 billion.
Yep. You know the
Look
best
at
Star
that.
Wars that's out there is the animated stuff.
So someone says, so the question that most of us have asked is just how profitable has Lucasfilm been for Disney? Let's do simple math. What this means is that the best that we can do is get a rough estimate of how much they spend on movies and TV projects that they've yielded. We'll look at episodes 7 through 9 and the Disney Plus shows. Also, the Galaxy's Edge and Star Cruiser, which they had to shut down. That Star Cruiser hotel costs almost $1 billion, and they had to shut it down. Okay? Disney only makes 50% from the box office, so that they make 2.5 times because of marketing. Now, from our marketing, we're going to lowball. All theatrical movie release will have an additional $100 million tacked on for marketing, and this is lowballing it. We'll easily spend up to $150 to $200 million marketing big films. So for those who don't know, Disney has reported a $10 billion loss on Disney Plus. Damn. Galaxy's Edge or whatever. Okay.
Hey, shout out to Tim Hicks. He's right. The best new Disney film was Rogue One.
Rogue One. Yeah, it was good. Disney has spent $8.98 billion on Lucasfilm. So the movies have got a total box office of $6.6 billion. This is billion, right? Yeah. The movies made $3.4 billion after adjusting for a 50-50 split at the box office, meaning that they've had a loss of $5.5 billion. Yeah, Keyshawn. I saw the first episode of Peacemaker. It was awesome. I would like to remind you that this is an approximation using information made public by Disney and lowballing the marketing costs. I could not find a quantitative budget for the Willow tax write-off that it, along with many other shows, got for 1.5 to 1.8 billion. It also doesn't include profits of merchandise and other medias. That being said, other media like EU, High Republic could easily be bringing in money that we don't know. So fact is that Star Wars is a franchise that sits at the top of media and is doing bad. Just goes to show that the mishandling of a franchise under Disney. It's losing money on its main endeavor, and this is why it's so hesitant on making new movies. At best, it might have broken even after 11 years, or after 11 years, Disney's still struggling. Damn. Look at that. They're cooked. Cooked, guys. Absolutely insane. Here's the thing. This comes out to a negative total because Solo was a massive bomb. So he says, what we do know, Disney makes a fortune off of toys. They're not selling toys. That's why they're getting sued by the toy manufacturers. They're getting sued, guys. Guys, go to any Ollie's or any thrift store, any discount store. You'll see all these Ray toys and Poe toys and all that. No one's buying them. Someone says, we're not seeing Star Wars in theaters as they don't know what to do with it. 2 of the 5 Star Wars movies lost money, and one of the more profitable ones wildly divided fans. Solo was bad. Someone says the original trilogy cost $77 million. Wow. Someone says there's no way that they only got 50 to 60% of the box office. Big studios, no, they don't. This guy's trying to say that Disney got 90% of the ticket sales.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
The most that I can see is 60-40. The most. Guys, Star Wars is not a TV show based franchise. You buy Star Wars so you can make movies and print cash. You know what I'm saying? Morons. And guys, Korg, why have you ever sat and looked at the credits to all these movies, guys? Who are all these people, and why are they getting paid?
Oh yeah,
Dude, the director's assistant has an assistant who has an assistant. Why?
Somebody's got to be giving out handies.
Yes, their sister's brother's uncle's cousin.
Right.
You know, and guys, once again, guys, how much does it cost to see a movie in your area? You know? Oh, sorry. This one gets some 65%. Please. That's still not enough.
And the worst part about Star Wars is that the fans complain about is that there's a ton of lore out there. And what do they keep doing?
Well, they already got rid of all the lore, guys. They already got rid of it. They said all the books, you know, with the Jedi Academy and Han Solo's twins and all that stuff, all that's gone. Stupid. This is, guys. Here, Korg, I can't hear you, buddy. You got to come closer to the microphone, dude. I can't hear you. The sound is bad. But yeah, guys. Once again, guys, it's so funny because there are us guys that have been watching Star Wars for over 4 decades, and they act like we don't know what we're talking about. How is that a thing? How? This would be like guys that have been driving Camaros or driving Mustangs for 40 years. All of a sudden, you don't know what you're talking about. It just doesn't make any sense. They are cooked. And guys, do you guys know the reason why they were able to get away with making crappy IPs for so long? Is because of the cough money. Everyone thought that that streaming was going to be the new frontier and blah 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 blah. So everyone got this huge influx of cash. And then everyone started trying to make their own streaming services, and they got cooked. Absolutely insane. What in the world? Hold on, guys. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Guys, look at this. Watch this, guys. Guys, this is completely off topic, but guys, watch this. Watch.
A convicted neo-Nazi is at the center of a furious debate in Germany after legally changing genders and being sent to a women's prison under the country's new gender self-determination law.
Guys, we got to talk about this story at a different time. What the fuck is going on? Guys, what? Right? What is going on? I'm sorry, guys. I have to watch the rest of this.
The Washington Post reports Marla Svenja-Libich, formerly known as Sven Libich, was sentenced to 18 months in 2023 for incitement to hatred, defamation, and other offenses. Last year, she legally changed her name and gender just after Germany's Self-Determination Act took effect. Under that law, prison assignments are based on registered gender, not sex at birth. Critics, including Interior Minister Alexander Dobrindt, call it a blatant abuse of the system and are demanding tighter rules. Others, like left-leaning politician Marlene Schernberger, fired back, accusing Dobrindt of using the controversy to undermine the law itself. The law lets adults change their name and gender once a year without medical or psychological evaluation, usually within months. Meanwhile, Libich now claims to be a devout Jew, requesting kosher meals and pastoral care behind bars. She is expected to report to a women's prison on Friday. Officials will then decide if she remains there, weighing the security of other inmates and her own safety. For more on
Jesus, look at that, guys. What is going on? And this is the shooter from
a rifle.
Guys, this is the shooter from earlier today, guys. Here we go.
A pistol, a rifle, a shotgun. This suspect firing all three of these things. And we've been waiting to find out more information about this suspect, and we're getting
We
it.
know this is a young man in his early 20s. Our investigative team working very hard to figure out more information. We do want to get.
Did you just misgender this person? Did you?
How dare you? To Eric Rasmussen right now, who has been talking to his sources, working to confirm the identity of the school shooter. Eric?
And we are here. You can see the police tape behind me, shooter. And 5 Eyewitness News, from speaking with multiple sources, has identified the suspect today as 23-year-old Robin Westman. And we do have a photo of this person that I want to show you now. Again, we've been working this over the last several hours, as you might imagine. And this came in as a tip. My photojournalist and I.
Look at that, guys, right?
Came out here, I would say, about 90 minutes ago, still working information on that tip, and found this area already taped off, multiple agents on scene. The BCA is here, other law enforcement is here, and they've been coming and going for about the last 90 minutes. But again, to confirm what 5 Eyewitness News has learned from multiple sources, the suspect here, 23-year-old Robin Westman, this was the last known address.
Crazy stuff, guys. Crazy stuff. Because there was one more thing. Hold on.
Yeah, I agree with Vintage. Crazy ginger guy.
Look at this. Where is it? Where is it? Hold on.
Now I'm just going to jump.
So, guys, if you don't watch Thor Skywalker, check him out. But, guys, he makes an excellent
Right
point.
in and
Watch.
start to save the Solo movie amazingly well with those generations. Why was Luke Skywalker? Anyway, instead of Disney stepping back and asking themselves, what the heck is wrong with Marvel lately? Why don't young men seem to have as much interest in it as they used to? Why did young men love Iron Man but cringe at Captain Marvel? Or instead of asking what's wrong with Star Wars, why did
He makes a good point.
we
Watch.
made the character of Rey so that women would have an easier time getting into Star Wars, which acknowledges whether I or you even agree with this or not. But it
Hold up.
that she at least believes women will like something or find it easier to get into it if the protagonist is female. But that doesn't seem to be okay the other way around.
There you
Men
go.
cannot prefer to have a male protagonist. And if they even remotely begin to imply that they do, or if what they're saying could possibly be construed as, I don't enjoy Star Wars quite as much when the protagonist is female, they are demonized and called sexist. And they're
Right there, guys. Right? That's awesome that I found the entire thing. But, guys, once again, he said it. He said it. Why
Right
is
there.
it that they can say that we have a hard time getting into Star Wars because there's no chicks or the protagonists aren't chicks and it's fine. But when they switch it, guys can't say, well, we have a hard time getting into Star Wars because it's a chick. That's the double standard right there. And it's
That
this
woman right there
thunderhead
is the
right
problem
here, yeah.
with Star Wars.
Yep, you put someone in charge who hates Star Wars.
No, it's not that she hates Star Wars. She just thinks it needs to be done her way.
No, she's actually come out and said that she never really wanted to do it and that she doesn't really like it.
Then why the hell is she in charge?
Because of the power it gives her. Because she wants to, because she felt like she ate shit in Hollywood and women had to fight and this and that. All my life I had to fight. So she just wants to be head of one of the biggest studios on planet Earth. She doesn't really like Star Wars.
Fair point. Fair point.
Star Wars. And this is what happens when you give women any power. They abuse it. You know what I mean? Absolutely insane. Hold on, guys. Let me see if I can find this one TikTok. Hold on. Watch this, guys. Where's this black girl at?
Tim Hicks, you're right.
Here it is. Here it is.
If you offer me a job and I find out my manager, my direct supervisor is going to be a minority, babe, keep that DEI hire and keep that job offer too. I prefer to work under white men, okay? White, middle-aged, men with a family, AARP eligible, the ones that got the AAA, the ones that eat off the IHOP 55 plus menu, you know what I mean? The Medicare eligible ones, give me that. Give me that. Because as far as I'm concerned, the minorities, they like to make you pay back the dues that they had to pay in 1987 when they first got their job as the model minority. And they want to make sure that you have to do it too. Meanwhile, white man, he sees me, he goes, yep, let me give you this special project. What do you need? What's going to advance your career? How can I help you? None of the passive aggressiveness, none of the micromanaging, none of that extra shit, right? Give me Jim, Bob, Bill, give me that. Don't give me the minority, because as far as I'm concerned, anybody that looks like me or identifies as somebody who would be a DEI hire, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not with it. I'm not with it. Y'all got a chip on y'all shoulder that I personally do not have the brain power to deal with. So as far as I'm concerned, hand me to the nearest white man. Thank you. If you offer.
That's what I say, guys. All this DEI foolishness, all it does is kick you in the balls. This person says, it's only true if you work in Cooperati America. You will understand. Dude says corporate. Jesus. She said, yeah. Cooperate. It was autocorrect. Person says, I tried to report my essay from a coworker to a mostly black woman HR team, and they made my life hell. Yeah. Damn, guys. All right, guys, I'm going to shut this bad boy down. Guys, let me know if there's any Disney projects that you're even looking forward to, because I'm not. Disney's trash. Star Wars is trash. Marvel's trash. Most new video games are trash, right? Play the old ones, guys. You understand? Ones that you can buy physical copies of, and just be done with it. Because, guys, once again, us checking out, we had to vote with our wallets and our feet. That's the only way things are going to change.
Our only hope for, I think it's Marvel Phase 4, is Robert Downey Jr.
But even he can't save it, because
he's got a lot of sway because he means bank.
Yeah, but I understand that though. But the movie's gonna still be trash. Who are gonna be the Avengers? Sam Wilson and I mean, really? That Temu Black Widow and the female Hawkeye. I mean, what are you talking about?
I get what you're saying, but they're bringing him back for Doctor Strange, and RDJ he's a powerhouse. So
I think it's going to be trash because they're not setting up anything.
He was toxic, but
here's the thing though. There's one thing that you're missing. Phases 1, 2, and 3 were carefully planned and integrated into one big plan.
Right.
There is no plan right now. Avengers Doomsday or whatever. Okay. So they're going to have to set the whole thing up and finish it in 2 movies. Whereas in Infinity War and Endgame had 20, 25 movies to do it. They're screwed. They're screwed.
Good point. Yep.
So, but all right, guys, I appreciate you guys. Guys, I'll be live tomorrow, 9 p.m. Guys, we're going to talk about, probably talk about Canada being cooked. Any of you Canadians who want to call in, man, I recommend you guys call in because a lot of news coming out of Canada. So, all right, guys, appreciate you. Thanks, Cork.
See you, man.
Bye, guys.